What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Zabula Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and y'all, the Minnesota Timberwolves made a very surprising trade during the 2024 NBA Draft as they traded for Rob Dillingham for the San Antonio Spurs. The Timberwolves gave up a 2030 pick swap, and they gave up a 2031 unprotected first-round pick to land Rob Dillingham. And y'all, to me, that's an absolute steal when you consider the kind of talent that Rob Dillingham is. I mean, y'all, this past year for Kentucky, Rob averaged 15.2 points per game, 4 assists per game. He shot 47% from the floor, and he shot 44% from three. And y'all, that is exactly what the Minnesota Timberwolves need. They need more scoring on this team. They need more shot creators on this team, and they got both in Rob Dillingham. He, I think, was the best scorer, y'all, in this draft class, the best one-on-one isolation scorer in this draft class. He's a deep-range shooter, right? I mean, he shot 44% from three. And y'all, you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, this is a team that is an elite defensive team, but man, they really struggle at times to score the ball. I mean, we know Anthony Edwards, he's a phenomenal scorer, but Carnty Towns, he can be very, hit or miss at times. Jaden McDaniels, y'all, he's more of just a three-point shooter. Rudy Gobert, obviously, he's not known for his offense. He's a defensive kind of player. So they needed a player like Rob Dillingham who could come in right away, y'all, and provide an immediate impact for this team. And to me, Rob is perfect for the short and long term, because in the short term, Rob can become their sixth man, and in the long term, he can become their guy at point guard. But right now, he does not have to be the guy at point guard, because they still have a guy by the name of Mike Conley Jr. on their team, y'all. We know Mike Conley Jr., he's been in the league for a long time. He's been a very good point guard in the league for a long time, and he could kind of, teach Rob Dillingham the ropes, show him the ropes, show him what it's like to be, a productive player in the NBA. He can also tell Rob, the struggles he had during his rookie year, because they all know being a rookie point guard in the NBA is a very tough thing to do. So he can kind of help Rob out. So y'all, for Rob Dillingham, this is, I think, the best team he could have went to, because had he stayed with the San Antonio Spurs, y'all, he would have been seen as kind of like the savior for them. I know a lot of Spurs fans wanted Rob to stay with the San Antonio Spurs, but y'all, I just think when you look at the San Antonio Spurs, they selected Stephon Castle at pick 4. They still have Devin Vassell as shooting guard. They still have Malachi Branham as shooting guard. And then they have Trey Jones, who will now be their backup point guard. So to me, it didn't make sense to draft another guard. But then secondly, y'all, Rob Dillingham is not a player that's ready to, he's not a complete player right now. I think one day he will be a better passer. But right now he's known for, purely his scoring ability. So I don't think he would have been the best fit for the San Antonio Spurs, but I think, y'all, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, again, he has a defined role for that team. Hey, Rob, come in, play about 15, 20 minutes per game, score as much as you can, right? Get up those shots, be a secondary ball handler, to Anthony Edwards, y'all, and give Anthony Edwards somebody else that can create shots. Because, again, right now, the Minnesota Timberwolves really don't have another guy that can consistently create shots outside of Anthony Edwards. Well, now they just added another one in Rob Dillingham. So, y'all, I think we're going to look back 5-10 years from now and say, wow, the Timberwolves probably got the steal of the draft. Because, y'all, I think Rob Dillingham has the potential to be like a Kyrie kind of player. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be exactly like Kyrie Irving. He has the potential. I think right now he's more of like a Lou Will kind of player, because Lou Will, he was known for being a great six-man of the year kind of player, being a guy that can get you 15 to 18 points off the bench. But I think if Rob Dillingham hits his ceiling, he could be a Kyrie kind of player, a guy that can get you, 25 to 27 points per game, that's in the same ball handler, that can also get you, about 6 or 7 assists per game. So that's where I see Rob Dillingham potentially becoming, y'all. I just really love Rob Dillingham as a player. He's not a great defender, but going to the Minnesota Timberwolves, again, they already have elite defenders, y'all. They desperately needed more offense. We saw in that series against the Dallas Mavericks, the reason they lost that series is because, y'all, they just didn't have enough scoring. And the Dallas Mavericks are a great defensive team, and they were able to take advantage of the Minnesota Timberwolves just not have a lot of scoring outside of Anthony Edwards. Well, you won't be able to do that now, right? It's going to make life harder for the opponent when you have another guy like Anthony Edwards and Rob Dillingham that can create his shot, that can shoot it from deep, y'all. And Rob Dillingham is a very competitive guy, like a very competitive player. He's not going to back down from anybody. So even though he's going to be a rookie, don't think he's not going to be afraid, to talk his trash to some of the better players in the league, because this is a guy, man, he's very confident in his ability, as he should be, because he is a very great player, y'all. So once again, I love this for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They didn't really give up a lot, right? Those picks they gave up are 6-7 years down the road. Who cares about that? You're the Minnesota Timberwolves. You were 3 games away from going to the NBA Finals, man. You have to strike while the iron is hot. And to get a guy like Rob Dillingham who, again, y'all, has the potential to become a Kyrie Irving type player, to become an all-NBA type point guard in the league. You cannot pass that up. I don't care if they gave up 4 first-round picks. Seriously, you cannot pass up a guy like Rob Dillingham who has that kind of potential. So kudos to Tim Connolly, y'all, and the Minnesota Timberwolves front office for getting this done. You know Anthony Edwards has to be ecstatic. You know he has to be elated about this move because he's probably like, yes, finally, I have another guy that kind of plays like me, that's a shot creator, that can shoot it from deep, and is not afraid in the moment, y'all. That's the thing. Rob Dillingham is not afraid in the moment. He's not afraid to take the big shot. And I think this is really going to pay off in the end for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So there y'all have, man. That was another episode of the Zayden Live Sports Podcast. Remember, y'all, laughter is good medicine, so make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm going to end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.